Hey guys, so I've never made a DIY video on this channel, and recently I've been redoing my bedroom a lot, if you can't tell, and I've been DIYing a ton of different things. I made this headboard right here, I did this little gallery wall, and I just figured that it'd probably be a good idea if I showed you some of the DIYs I'm doing. So comment down below and let me know if you would be interested in seeing room decor DIY videos. My room tour, in case you're wondering, it's coming up in August. If I like go across an item and you think it looks cool, you can just be like, hey, that's pretty cool, can you make a DIY video on that? So I'm going to show you how to make a little water bottle hangy flower beautiful thing. I don't know what I'm going to call it. The title will be something much more better than what I just said. Okay, so the items you're going to want, obviously you're going to want some water bottles, then you're going to want some scissors, thread, you'll want some sort of plastic or newspaper, old towels, anything you can put on the floor so you won't like get paint all over your floor. Some acrylic paints, a little art easel, or you could just use like a paper plate or an old like CD or just something that you can put your paint on. A makeup sponge or any sponge for that matter. And that's basically it. Alright, so go ahead and just take one of your water bottles, and you won't need the cap. So you're just gonna like pinch the bottom of the water bottle to make sure you can cut easily. And then all you're gonna do is follow around the bottom. Trust me, you won't need the full length of the water bottle because it's like really long. Then you can just kind of, you know, look and figure out how many petals you're gonna wanna do. This one I'm gonna do 5. So I'm gonna snip, 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 snip. And it might not be perfect, but you know what? Nobody's perfect. And then you can just follow those little marks all the way up to the very top. Ooh, I'm out of frame. Follow it all the way to the top of the water bottle. Okay, and then once you're done cutting, like I am, just go ahead and start bending back the flower petals or the plastic water bottle. Oh! Did you see that? And look, you're starting to get a flower. And then all you gotta do is go around, and you can make really whatever shape you want on these. I don't know, my last one was rounded. I think I'm just gonna stick with that. So I'm just gonna cut halfway. I'm cutting at the point where it kind of like indented, you know, the water bottle. And voila. You have a beautiful flower. Alright, so we have our little paint set up here on the floor. You may even want some water and put that in the center portion of your easel or whatever you're using. Taking this blue paint right here. And I'm also going to put in a little bit of red because red and blue, what does it make? Guess kids, guess, guess, guess. Okay, time's up. It makes purple. We're going to take Mr. Stubby here. It's always good to have one paintbrush that's stubby. And we're just going to mix up our paint. Then I'm going to take Mr. Makeup Sponge and dip him in the water and just kind of soak it up to get our sponge nice and big and fluffy. And then I'm going to just start dipping it in the side there. And I'm going to go cray cray and just spongify our little flower. And it's going to start looking like this. And you can try and make it look really, really nice and perfect and all that, but mine's going to be a nice smoky sort of deal going on. So there we have it. We have a very lightly colored lilac flower, and pretty soon all the rest will be finished and I can show you how to hang them. I also wanted to go ahead and let you know another thing you could try doing is getting more paint towards the bottom and sort of fading it up once it gets closer, and you get a cool ombre effect like that. Alright, so I am finished with each of my flowers. So those can dry pretty fast because it's just diluted acrylic paint, and acrylic paint dries in minutes. I would say give your flowers at least 10 minutes to dry. That's even possibly too much time. But just to play it safe, give your flowers 10 minutes and then you can move on to the next step. This would probably be a good time to start cleaning up your mess because you're gonna have a big one. Alright, so the time has come to start putting the thread on our flowers. This one is definitely dry because it was the first one I did. So I'm going to take my thread, and you could use white thread or just something light colored. So I'm just going to take the thread and sort of wrap it around the base right here. And I'm going to tie it once I get it under that little plastic thing so it won't come up, you know? Once you get that, give it a couple good knots. It's just gonna hang. And you can trim off the excess, obviously, because that's kind of ugly. I'm just going to do a basic one right now, just like this. And you may have to adjust your petals once it's hanging. They might kind of start tilting forward like this. But you can just kind of like start pushing them back once they're up. I'm getting ahead of myself. Just lift it. Think how long you want the flower to be. I'm gonna do, I don't know, this is about 3 feet kind of-ish. And I'm gonna snip it, and it's as easy as that. And I will show you how to hang your flowers now. So of course, just get a chair or a stool, obviously, unless you're like 7 feet tall. And then you can just take your flower, and mine, I'm starting to see, is a lot longer than I'm probably going to actually need it, but I'm just going to leave it like this for now because I don't want to cut it until I have all the other flowers placed up there too, so I can see how they're staggered about. And I'm going to take just a little teeny bit of tape because these are fairly light and it's not like you need mega putty or something like that. Alright, so I am so freaking hot right now. My room is insanely hot and I am done with my flower mobile thingy-mabobber. So it took a lot of messing around with and I'm still not 100% happy with it, but for the most part I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. You guys can at least now get an idea of what it'll look like if you do it. So let me know if you guys are going to try this out, or if you didn't like this idea, let me know if you have any other ideas for DIYs that you would like to see, or if you even like DIY videos. But yeah, that is basically it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're all having an awesome summer. Bye!
And in the back of your house where your mother stood and your father stood